Hey there, Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 1440 of What You Up To Now, just documenting the journey of what I'm doing online and offline with respect to businesses. After nearly 50 years, it's 48 years this year, of having my own businesses, running and owning and operating my own businesses in at least 27 different industries offline, and then moved online in 2017. I started learning about the online world. 2018 is when I really started to actually show up. 2017, I had some health challenges, which slowed me down but did not stop me in terms of learning about the online world following my divorce. Prior to that, I spent almost 5 decades in owning my own businesses, over a quarter century of that simultaneously in corporate America, learning about and working with and in some of the coolest and biggest as well as most interesting businesses and industries on the planet. My opinion, of course, but that's what I'm sharing here. So over the last several years, my vision has tanked. In the 1980s, I started to lose the vision in my left eye. I had eye challenges in my whole life, but particularly it hit in my 20s. And through my 20s, I started to lose vision in my left eye. By the time I was 24, 25, I was blind in my left eye. And then my right eye was okay and good with corrective lenses and things up until I had a sudden cardiac arrest in 2010. And then in 2011, my right eye started to take the same deteriorating journey as my left eye had. And so I went to Mayo and had eye surgery, and that bought me a couple of years, but my vision then started to deteriorate again following the surgery. And by 2019, I was legally blind in both eyes now. So I have vision challenges, and in order to keep moving forward and doing what I want to do, instead of journaling and writing and blogging and things and sharing my journey, I needed to switch to video. Well, of course, I, like almost everyone on the planet, before we do videos, before we do podcasts, before we do audio, before we get accustomed to our own voice, we're scared. Really, really scared, right? It's really, really scary. Public speaking, talking in front of other people is one of the top fears of all human beings, which, you know, after you get used to it, after you do something, you're not afraid of it anymore. But like everybody else, in 2018, I was not wanting to do anything video related. 2017, especially when I first heard about and got on the online world, everyone, all my coaches and mentors were like, you have to publish, you have to do videos, you have to publish, you have to do videos, you have to publish, you have to do videos. And since my eyes were getting worse and worse and worse, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to keep typing and publishing unless I spoke into something and had it transcribed, etc. And to me, it was easier just to get over my fear of video and just show up on video. So that's what I did. So today, what do we talk about in Supersize Your Business and our annual challenge this year? Be You 365-day challenge, to do one thing every day that improves you or improves me. Today we talked about our core values. We're focusing on our the physical things in our self and our lives for the month of January. And so we talked about our core values with respect to our physical being, our physical, and my core value with respect to physical being is well-being. So do I have an environment? Do I have a home? Do I have the thoughts, beliefs, the feelings? Do I have the physical habits and practices that contribute to my overall continuously improving well-being? And well-being is my number one go-to core value with respect to my physical being. So what's yours was the question today. Think about core values, which is really important to you physically, and what is that for you right now? And then I think tomorrow we'll probably work on thoughts and beliefs and with respect to our physical life and our physical well-being. And I don't think I had that in the monthly layout that I'd done, so I'm creating the challenge as I go based on what works for me and the people that I've worked with. What works for us? What journey do we need to go on in order to create the continuously improving best version of ourselves? And thoughts and beliefs definitely play into that. Now we'll do a whole month in March on our thoughts and beliefs, our mental health, our mental aspects of our life. But this month we're on physical, so we're focusing on that. We're looking at our life and breaking it down in pretty minute detail to get to know ourselves to the best of our ability. Our Supersize Your Business is my business page, and where I do most of my coaching and consulting, and use that in social media to interact with other people. Very low key use of social media for me personally. But we talked today about the idiom and the expression, when one door closes, another door opens. And part of why I like doing these idioms is every time I do them, even though I know I've covered this one before in the last 1,100 or so idioms that we've covered, every time I do it, even if it's the same idiom, every day I learn something new about myself, about business, about stories and examples and things that have happened in my past with respect to this particular idiom or expression, whichever one we're talking about. And today I realized that when it comes to jobs and business and careers and things like that, things that I feel less personally connected to or affected by, I totally believe when one door opens, another door closes, that there's infinite possibilities and there's so many solutions out there that anything is possible. But when it comes to things in my personal life, I tend to hang on to the closed door longer than as sometimes miss the open door, right? And I think about that in, for example, in my personal relationships. When my marriage ended, that's a door closing. And I probably dwelled on and focused on my beliefs about failure and marriage and relationships and choices and things like that longer than I should have. And that meant there were doors opening that I totally ignored or didn't even see. So I realized this morning that it shows up, and I'm less likely to believe that idiom or expression in my personal life than I am in my professional and my business life, which I find really interesting. But it just goes to show us that we can learn about ourselves all the time, and that just because we are behaving in the way we want in one area or an aspect of our life doesn't necessarily mean we're going to be behaving that way in all areas and aspects of our life, with respect to everything in our life. I think what's the saying? How we do anything is how we do everything. I definitely don't believe that. I don't think how we do anything is how we do everything. There are areas and aspects of my life that I'm totally organized and I plan and I strategize and I'm specific about. And then there are other areas where it's like a free-for-all, right? Total chaos. Now, there are more areas in my life that are still chaotic than I care to admit. And maybe that carries over into all areas of my life, but I do not believe the expression that how we do anything is how we do everything, because some things aren't a high priority and we don't need to do them to the level of excellence and perfection that we do other things. For example, when I'm working with clients or coaching students, everything has to be perfect for them. It doesn't have to be perfect for me, but the experience I want to be exactly what they need and perfect for them. Now, there's other areas, like, for example, when I'm doing my videos, it doesn't have to be, it's perfect for me, but it's not perfect for them, right? My background is perfect for me. It's not perfect for anyone else, and I get a lot of judgment on it, both positive and negative, but it's designed to be perfect for me and make me feel comfortable doing my videos, not for anything else. Now, should I have, and I can think about all the shoulds I have for my background, should I have the perfect, the polished office, bookshelf, classy, professional background? Probably. Do I want it? Yeah, some days I do, some days I don't. Someday I will have different backgrounds and different stages where I can do different types of videos. But for right now, I just do what works for me. COVID gave me the excuse to just do what I can with what I've got right now, which I did that anyway, but now I really gave myself permission to follow that belief. So When one door closes, another door opens. Do you believe that? And how does that play out for you in your life? Like I said, I thought I would 100% believe that, but as I was thinking about it and getting ready this morning, I'm like, oh my gosh, if I look at my results in certain personal areas of my life, I absolutely positively have not behaved as if that is true, at least not true for me. So it just gives me some areas to grow and develop and be more open in. All right, that's all I've got today. I am hanging with my amazing little, now 11-month-old granddaughter today while the kids go snowboarding, so that'll be fun. I always love hanging with the kids. She's walking and trying to run now, and it's always fun because we forget when we're not around children the gift that they are in terms of energy and learning and tenaciousness and possibility and things, and that's always refreshing to me. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow just to let you know what I'm up to.